Hey guys, Jesse with Texas Bushcraft, and I'm here today with a buddy who's going to be helping me shoot this video. And we're going to be talking about pretty much anything and everything that I bring with me to cut. First off will be my axe, next will be my camp knife, my small sword, and then last but not least will be a custom that I have from Matthew Paul from New York. We're going to go over in detail what that knife's about. Stay tuned. So the first thing we're going to talk about is my axe, and before we get into the axe itself, we're going to talk about why an axe. Now, some people say they'd rather have a buck saw or a takedown saw, whatever you want to call it, or the Baco Laplander. And I do have a Laplander. I normally don't carry it anymore. I used to carry it all the time until I got an axe. But I found that pretty much anything I can do with a Laplander, I can do with an axe. There's the only thing that I really can't do is notches and things. It's a little bit harder with an axe to do a notch, but I mean, you can still get it done. But this is a Collins official Boy Scout axe with an 18-inch handle. I got this from, I think it was a Harbor handle. I don't know. I'll put it in the link in the description where I got it. It's an 18-inch handle. Before, I think it may have been a 12-inch handle. It was definitely smaller, maybe 14 inches. But with that extra couple inches on there, I can really get some meaty swings out of it. And the mask is just some leather I bought from Hobby Lobby. And it's not really great, but all it does is really just keep it from messing up my stuff in my pack. The next thing we're going to go over is my camp knife. This is kind of what I carry if I don't want to carry my belt knife on me. It's kind of a light work, light duty, around the camp kind of thing. This is my sword. I made myself, well, I customized myself. I made the handle. This is a burlap and green cardstock with a little bit of glow-in-the-dark powder in it. So it glows a little bit, but not a lot. But I've done a video on that. You can check the description for the link. This is my camp carry, like I said, if I don't want to carry my big belt knife. But this sheath here was actually made by Point Man, aka Dave. On our forum, we did a trade. I made him some micarta blanks, and he made me this sheath. And I love this thing because it's kind of a scout carry, so it sits on the side so I can pull it out and use it when I want. And it's kind of not in the way, because normally if you have this thing sitting in your pocket, you're going to have this rat tail here sticking out, and it's going to be poking everything. So there's really not a lot to talk about this one either. It's incredibly sharp, and I've actually had to re-bevel the grind here. I didn't like the way it was before. It was kind of uneven, but for a $14 knife, it's kind of something you'd maybe expect. But it holds an edge, and it keeps the edge for a long time. So the last item we're going to talk about is my belt knife. This is a Matthew Paul custom that he made for the Bushcraft Rendezvous in San Saba. This was a raffle prize that I happened to win, and alongside with the axe that I won with a tomahawk throwing contest. So the majority of Matt's knives are 80 CRV2. It's a high carbon steel, and because it has chromium in it, it actually has a better blade retention on it. And these are all hand forged with finished up on, grinders and belts in that way. And the handle is a natural canvas micarta with brass inserts. And I love this knife. I've used it every opportunity that I possibly can. Every video that you've seen since that rendezvous in 2014 has probably had this knife in it. So with the knife out of the way, we're going to talk about the sheath. This is a Badger Claw sheath. Badger Claw Leatherworks. He's actually the one who puts on the San Saba Bushcraft Rendezvous. And it's a dangler with an option to take it off. There's a screw in the back. I can just pull this off, and it could just be a regular belt sheath with a ferro rod sleeve in it. And the ferro rod is just a regular 5/16 ferro rod with a antler that I Gorilla Glued onto it, and a little leather tassel essentially to keep it from coming out. So we've talked about what I use to cut with. Now we're going to talk about what I use to sharpen them with. And really simple. There's no Lansky pucks or diamond rod sharpeners or anything like that. This is actually just 2 diamond plates that were on opposite sides of each other that would retract into the handle. I can't remember the make or the model or anything like that, but I just pulled those off and glued them on either side just so it'd be more compact. There's a coarse side and then there's a fine side, and then of course that's for if the blade gets kind of nicked or if there's an actual something kind of that I'll have to address immediately. But other than that, this is an Arkansas stone, and I use this majority for everything. It's just wet stone. I dip it in the water, get my knife out, and hone it up. And I'll even do that with my axe as well. And some people like the more coarse stones for their axe, almost a file, and I'm not very fond of that. And I'll even use my Arkansas stone for that without any water or anything, just to take off any burrs. And I try to keep this thing as razor sharp as I can, just like anything else that's got an edge. And it's pretty easy to keep everything sharp with these tools. But this comes, like I said, this comes in handy for any heavy work, anything that's a major issue that I have to take care of. And then this is just for honing. And the reason why I went with water, and some people say Arkansas stones are best for oil, I don't think it matters. As long as you got something that help the abrasion, it'll work either way. But the reason why I opted for water instead of oil is because if you're out in the bush, you're probably not going to have oil on you, and there's going to be an abundance of water. At least I'd hope so. So that's really about it. That knife, like I said, my belt knife, the Matthew Paul, I just kind of want to give him a plug because he's a nice guy. He makes awesome work, all hand forged. And this knife, along with all the ones that he sells, are amazing. So go check out his Facebook, link in the description, and if you want to order, it's order@mpknives.com. And that's going to be it for the day. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment and like it if you did enjoy it. That'll be it. I'll see you next time. Yep. It's so much different with somebody else here.
You want me to turn around?
No. As my axe here, and stay tuned. I'll be right back. Nope, don't like it.
Why? That was good.
I didn't like the end. I'll get right back. Stupid. Yep. This is awkward. I don't like it here.
Damn it, I almost had you. Almost had your mouth. My tears as they dry, I'm gonna swing from the chandelier. Chandelier. Chandelier.